Corals are the houses and farms for fish and other diverse group of marine life. Without coral, all of these will also be gone. They take decades and centuries to grow, but yet can be destroyed by human activity within a very short time. In coral monitoring, students are trained to become scuba divers, as well as knowledgeable in marine identification. This is so that they can help monitor the long-term health of the coral reef in Hoi Ha Wan, a marine park in Saigon Country Park. The students learn to operate and take care of scuba gear, and then they find themselves into the pool where they practice the dive skills in a confined water prior to going off into the open water. They then learn to identify marine organisms through presentations, documentaries, as well as interactive games. By the time we get onto the boat, everyone knows the role and is able to do things efficiently. But not everything can be planned. Sometimes it's cold.
It's really cold.
There's chemical warfare in the middle of the ocean, and there's physical warfare on the bottom of the ocean. To add to that, sometimes you can't really see above the water, and sometimes you can't really see underneath the water either. As a team, we work together to overcome these challenges, and we lay out a line on the bottom of the ocean floor so that we can make measurements. And then we swim along with a second group, making note of all the fish, the invertebrate, and the substrate that lies underneath the line. We make careful records of what we observe using the Reef Check and Coral Watch protocols. These standardized protocols let our data be useful for the Government of Hong Kong, WWF, as well as international organizations that measure global coral health. This data and photo and video will then be processed by the entire team so that we can compare information from 5 years ago with today to see how good or bad the reefs have been.
Sophie, I'm from Belgium and I'm also in coral.
WWF is one of our biggest sponsors. We conduct the interflow session in order to share our findings with WWF, and some other schools partner with the WWF organization. It's a very important session that also focuses on inter-school communication and relations.
So what do we find? In general, we find that the coral reefs in Hoi Ha Wan has been undergoing a steep decline since 2012. There is significant bleaching on a regular basis, and much of the coral seems to be eroded away. Beyond the overall statistical picture, we can also track individual coral as they go from 2012 to 2013. Skipping ahead, looking to 2015, where you see a hole, and now there's widespread bleaching and erosion on the coral. Another coral, an Acropora, used to be very healthy and unique in that environment. It then get overgrown by algae, and finally overgrown by barnacle and algae. This coral is effectively dead.
We found that algae is more common in Hoi Ha Wan during spring rather than summer and winter thanks to data. We also noticed, however, during our dives that algae is now covering all areas next to the shores, showing the importance of the issue of marine pollution today.
Another one of our findings is a mass increase in the number of Drupella in the reefs in Hoi Ha Wan. Drupella are snails that eat coral tissue, and outbreaks of them lead to severe reduction of coral cover. However, we are still not sure yet what has caused this rapid increase in these coral eaters.
Over the past few years, there has been a steady increase in barnacle growth in the coral reefs of Hong Kong. These barnacles are now covering huge parts of the coral settlements and are posing a threat to these habitats. We still don't know what have caused this increase in barnacle growth.
We hope our findings can help the government make sustainable policy decisions.